A very good morning to Mr. Armin and my beloved friends. My name is Jia Chang. Today I'm going to present about an argumentative essay entitled Is Human Cloning Acceptable? Alright, all I want you to do is to focus on my presentation just about 5 to 6 minutes. Firstly, what is human cloning process? Did anyone knows? Okay, cloning refers to the developing of a zygote with the DNA from human ovum and skin cell. This newly created zygote is then zapped with electricity so that it starts multiplying until it becomes an embryo, which is then implanted into the uterus of a woman, and this is called a human cloning process. So, you have understood what is human cloning process, and I will start my presentation now. Did you know that the process of animal cloning had been successfully done many years ago? In 1996, the first cloned mammal, Dolly, was created by Dr. Wilmot and colleagues at Roslin Institute in Scotland. Due to this successful animal cloning process, the scientists began to consider developing human clones. Nonetheless, when Dolly died in 2003, combining with the disagreement of the community about human cloning had led to the enactment of Human Cloning Prohibition Act of 2009. Based on this law, human cloning is illegal and immoral. Therefore, human cloning is not acceptable as it has a low successful rate, can cause health effects, as well as it is immoral and against beliefs. First and foremost, human cloning cannot be acceptable because it has an extremely low successful rate. The success rate of human cloning process is estimated to be less than 10%. For instance, Dr. Wilmot, who is a well-known and respected embryologist, said that only 1 to 4% of cloning efforts in a species which would result in the birth of a living species. This can be vividly shown when scientists took about 2,070 trials to successfully clone the sheep Dolly, but it died after 6 years due to a lot of progressive diseases which appear to be cloning complications. Such low success rate may result in numerous economic and emotional consequences, especially when a human cloning process is failed after various attempts. Therefore, low successful rate of human cloning is surely the main reason why it is not acceptable. Subsequently, the process of human cloning can cause a lot of health effects. According to NCBI, French scientists have done a study and suggested that the cloning process may cause long-term health problems. This is due to the fact that about 30% of the cloned species are much bigger at birth compared to the original living species they came from, since they are born with bigger organs. Then their organs are often malformed. Consequently, this can result in various health effects. For example, there is a calf which is only 2 months old, cloned from genes taken from an adult cow, passed away after having blood and heart problems as stated in the NCBI. Based on the report in Science Now, recent study has already illustrated a few of abnormalities in the cloned species, including obesity, pneumonia, liver failure, and premature death. Hence, the human cloning process will definitely result in a variety of health problems. Opposing claims that an embryo in its early stage does not need any particular moral consideration in the human cloning process. Admittedly, they thought that the embryonic cells did not have self-awareness of its environment, so these cells were not equivalent to the normal mortal beings. Nevertheless, human cloning is still not acceptable because this process is immoral and against beliefs. This is because many have argued that an embryo is indeed a mortal being. The scientists are killing it if it is damaged in the human cloning process, causing this process to be immoral as well as against beliefs. As an instance, according to a 1987 document entitled Instruction on Respect for Human Life in its Origin and on the Dignity of Procreation, the Catholic Church disagrees with whichever mode of human cloning and even the production of human embryonic stem cell lines from excess in vitro fertilization embryos. Thus, human cloning is immoral and against beliefs, causing it to be unacceptable by the community. In a nutshell, Obviously, the human cloning process is surely cannot be acceptable by the community due to three main reasons. There are low success rate, can cause various health problems as immoral as well as against beliefs. Can you imagine how terrible it is if you cannot differentiate the people around you whether they are naturally born human beings or clones? Therefore, it is essential for the community to cooperate in order to oppose the development of human cloning process. So, after my presentations, what is your opinion about the human cloning process? Is it acceptable? Definitely, your answer is no. That's all for my presentation. Thank you.